It's Wes and Andy. Welcome to Random Fandom Tuesday night. Random Fandom for the week of Tuesday, April 16th. This one, Random Fandom number 59.
Yep, one shy of 60.
59. Channel's doing well this week. I noticed we had
bounce back.
Which
is quite nice.
We had some net losses recently, and then I'm like overnight suddenly they were replenished. So welcome new people.
We've exceeded by one, so we've actually grown.
Oh wow! So we have some growth. We've experienced some growth. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for finding us. However you found us, it should be easier to find us now that we've started taking advantage of the. Our host platform, StreamYard, has a new clip generating tool, and because hey, I like things to be easy,
automated.
Overnight, well, within an hour, I think I'd had 11 shorts published,
something like that,
in an hour's time, which normally would have taken me days.
Yeah.
So, and we'll keep doing that as it proves to be a useful tool.
Mm-hmm.
What do we got going on tonight? We got a lot of stuff going on.
We got a lot of stuff.
We do. I should probably. Oh my God, Wes, sort yourself out. What is going on?
We don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. There's some negative news, some not fun news.
Well,
some expensive news.
Oh, and then there's always the toy news.
There's always toy news. I'm looking forward to the toys. There's a couple this week that's like, yeah.
There's one that came out late this afternoon. I was going to send it to you, but I thought, nah, it's not really a big deal.
Well, it might be. It might not be. And if it's the same one I got, we might have it anyway.
Oh, okay. Is it? Let me ask you this: is it on my shelf?
You know what? I don't know if it's on your shelf, but it should be on your shelf.
Okay. Well, then maybe we're talking about the same thing.
It might be.
Before we can get to all of that, though, we do have to start with another round of
Random Fandom Trivia.
This one comes courtesy of Andy, as they always do.
All right. Question for you.
Should I put up some slides?
Yeah, I guess you could put them up.
Should I put up some slides? Okay, let's do that. And let's switch this over. Wow, I don't even have the right background today. What is going on?
Well, it was the right one for the first format.
Okay, now we're sorted out.
Yeah. Question for you.
I will, as always, answer.
In which well-known 1972 movie did Burt Reynolds star in?
Oh dear.
Was it A, White Lightning, B, Deliverance, or C, Smokey and the Bandit?
Well, I've only seen one of those.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like so remember in 72, in 72, I was -2.
That's true.
So I'm still. Yes, trivia, guys. Yes, I do love the trivia. Treasure for trivia. That's Phil. Hello, Phil. How are things? Morning, bearded gentleman. Yeah, I guess it is morning in your part of the world, isn't it? We got one more. We've got Silver Spider. Silver Spider coming in with an answer, going with B, Deliverance. Gaz going with the Bandit was the late 70s. Now, that's the only one that I've seen.
So you've never seen Deliverance?
No, but I'm familiar with all the jokes.
Well.
Oh, the joke.
the dude in banjos.
The joke? Yeah. You got a pretty mouth.
Squeal, boy, squeal.
I don't know.
That is a classic scene, though.
So because
it can go.
Because I don't know the answer to this, and Silver Spider is confident with B, I am also going to say B because our audience tells me to.
Well, you can't go wrong with our audience. So
I hope not.
All in for all in, folks.
Gaz, last minute at the trigger, at the end there, at the buzzer, going with A.
White Lightning.
All right.
Well, the year was 1972.
It was 1972.
The actor was Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
And the film was Deliverance.
No way.
Yes way.
He looks like a badass.
He is a badass in this movie. He is not the fun-loving bandit. He is a hardcore, man's man.
I get like a type
Alpha male for sure.
Yeah, okay, for sure. But that I've never seen that Blu-ray before. That's a pretty cool. I don't think I've seen that image of him before.
No, well,
no. He looks like
yeah. He was put together back.
He genuinely looks like a badass. Oh wow!
Yeah, it says congrats, Spider.
Yeah, and congratulations to everybody. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for playing. Don't forget, a little bit later on in the show, we'll be back with our fancy our highfalutin word game, lexicon. I've got a good one. I've got one this week that is so ridiculous you'll think it's not a real word. I promise you it is real. On that note, I just want to, Andy and I were talking earlier today. I want to get your guys' opinion. You know how, I don't know if any of you follow our social media. A couple of years ago, we ran a weekly. Yeah, it was a weekly series.
It was a twice weekly.
Yeah, twice weekly.
Just because of the pandemic and we couldn't get together to shoot. So to keep us relevant in the socials, we posted.
Yeah, we did.
We did
like a chronological review of like the Academy Award winning films from basically since we were alive.
Yeah, and then
till now,
songs that went with them.
Yeah, and then we did the same thing for television. And that got me thinking, at some point, Lexicon is going to run its course. It's not going to be fun anymore, or maybe it will be, or I'll just get sick of it.
Or maybe we'll just have to add a third thing.
Well, we could do that. We could do another. We should do, I don't want to steal anybody's thunder, but we should do like an entire games night.
Yeah, we're due for a big trivia / game night.
We should do a games night. Everybody can show up. Everybody can play. We can put the stream key out in the stream, and well, I should be careful how I say that. We can invite some of our audience to come on the show with us. But before we get to that, as I was saying, with the whole, where was I going with this?
The chronological music and movie thing.
Right. I want to do another game. I want to do another game that's maybe a little bit more relevant. And I thought, there's always those like, hey, what happened in pop culture today? Like there's a lot of people that talk about that stuff, right? They give you like a little thing. Here's one thing. It was so-and-so's birthday today, or this movie came out. I thought we could do something like that. That's maybe a little more topical because, for example, today's Tuesday, April 16th. For an example, and this is a true example, today
in history,
Charlie Chaplin was born.
Nice.
Right. So we could lead with something like that. And then we could turn that little nugget of whatever it is into more, we could do more trivia around that little thing. 2 or 3 questions to break up the show like we do with Lexicon.
True.
Let us know what you guys think of that. That's just spitballing, just an idea.
And it could backfire on us too, though. Do you know what turns 40 years old this year?
Well, not me, man. I'm way past that.
Songs turning 40 this year.
Oh no.
Ghostbusters by Ray Parker Jr.
You mean the stolen I Want a New Drug?
Yeah.
Wow. Ghostbusters. So if the song is 40, the movie is 40.
At least, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Jump
cool.
by Van Halen. Hot for Teacher.
Oh wow, that's
Sunglasses at Night by Corey Hart.
Does anybody outside of Canada know that song?
Maybe.
I think it was pretty popular in the States.
The Warrior. You remember that one?
Patti Smith, Scandal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember that. Wow. Where are you pulling all this out of?
I just watched a video before it came over. And it made me feel old.
Nice.
Like, oh no. And then somebody actually commented like, oh, to be alive in 1984 and have these on the radio. I'm like, I was. They were.
Yeah. Me too. Now I have most of those on my
Spotify.
I do. Yeah. I have this like dedicated like 80s playlist, which isn't all 80s because I like to keep a subgenres kind of. Oh, that's a good one. I like that. Phil saying top 3 movies of the 1980s. What, you want to do that right now, Phil? I'm down. Let's do it. What are the top 3 movies of the 1980s? Are we talking box office? Are we talking awards? Are we talking personal preference here?
Because like Empire and Jedi are in there.
Lead off, man. Let us know.
Yeah, I like a terrible one though.
What?
Well, like you got your Empire, your Return of the Jedi, Back to the Future, Indiana Jones.
Oh my
Top
gosh,
Gun,
yeah.
Chucky.
There's just so many movies of the
Nightmare on
1980s.
Elm Street.
I mean, there's
Friday the 13th.
There's almost a never-ending supply. What Gaz got an idea here? What's Gaz saying? What about a trivia game on what was the long distant dedication on this date back in 1980 something on Casey Kasem's Top 40 Countdown? Wow. Is that archived somewhere? That's got to be archived.
I would hope so.
I would be interested in going down that memory lane. I love, as a music guy, I would love to. I remember listening to the Top 40 when he was still alive.
Yeah.
Man, it was cool.
This is Casey Kasem. Like that, he showed up in Ghostbusters.
Yeah, right? Absolutely. All right, Scoob.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, wrong Casey. I mean, same Casey.
Same Casey.
Wrong voice. Wrong voice. That's good. So everybody is up for games. I'm super happy for that because the more interactive we are, I think the more fun it is.
I think so.
All right. Well, let's take all of those ideas and store them for future use. Shall we get to the business at hand?
I suppose we should.
Let's start with the not sad one.
Well, I mean, it's sad for his family, and they do deserve their privacy. But
no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
Orenthal James Simpson has passed away at the age of 76.
Yeah,
he succumbed to his battle with cancer on April 10th.
I will say this: cancer sucks.
Yeah. And he was surrounded by his children and grandchildren. So, at least he was surrounded by.
I mean, and so here's the thing, right? And we were even talking about this before we went live tonight. Even now, there is still not a single nice obituary anywhere about this man.
It's just like, okay, here's the facts, or hey, his estate lawyer is trying to stop any payments to Goldman's family.
Now that he's passed. Oh, that's an interesting one. Gaz says the 3 top films of the 80s are Megaforce, all caps, The Last Starfighter, and Monster Squad. Oh my gosh. I agree with 2 of those.
I don't think I've ever seen.
And I don't know if I agree with it in that order. Like, I have to tell you, The Last Starfighter is like a holy grail property to me as a hobbyist who has a desire to write a screenplay before I'm dead. A Last Starfighter sequel is actually on my top 3. This is the film I want to write. And I know that various people have tried to get the film off the ground again. They've tried to do a sequel, but it's all kind of tied up. But yeah, man. And Megaforce. Where the hell is that movie? How come it's not streaming anywhere?
I don't know. Same reason that what was it, 1985 or 86 Bigfoot from The Wonderful World of Disney is.
Oh, that's yeah. You're right. I haven't seen Megaforce since I was a kid. In fact,
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I have this eccentric uncle. We all have one of those, right?
Yeah.
And eccentric uncle, who I love dearly, would show up a couple times a year, like Christmas and stuff, or like once or twice in the summer. And he would bring with him a Betamax player.
Ooh, classic.
Right. Betamax player. The thing was massive. It was huge.
Yep.
And like suitcases of beta tapes.
That's cool.
And I can remember probably around 83 or 84 watching Megaforce repeatedly on Betamax in my parents' basement.
Nice.
Fond memories of that movie, to be honest. I don't have it on the shelf. Hot Wheels got a license. Some of the only, it might even be the only toys for that film. They did basically the Winnebago, the motorcycle, and then the dune buggy. The funny thing is, or the interesting thing is that since the movie has come out, and I don't know how the licensing on this has worked, but Hot Wheels has reissued the dune buggy complete with the laser thing on the back in different paint schemes, not associated with Megaforce. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, sorry guys, I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I mean, we have to find a copy of that just so you can see it. It is so ridiculously cheesy that it drips with la fromage.
Wow,
so good. Yeah.
Oh.
What's Phil saying? I'd never heard of Megaforce until I'd met Gaz. Now it has legendary status.
Well, there you go.
Phil, have you seen it though? Have you seen it? Oh, So yeah, nobody's saying anything nice about OJ Simpson. And we're no different. Hank, our third, um, he sent some jokes over same day. Too soon? Nope, not really. Not really.
Well, there was that
I don't
Brad
think
Williams one. Did we talk about that on Sunday night or?
Brad Williams?
Yeah, he put out a joke.
I don't think so.
That said something to the effect of OJ can finally rest easy because his wife's killer is dead.
Oh dear.
Yeah. And then I guess somebody else stole that on Twitter and didn't give him any credit.
Yeah.
So it got reposted and restolen and whatever. And he's like, at a Toronto show,
has a life of its own now.
And he's like, you know what? The joke got stolen. I didn't get credit. I guess that's kind of a fitting tribute.
Funny thing too. Did you include it in? You didn't include it in today's notes, did you?
I don't know.
The Beetlejuice tie-in.
I did.
You did.
Oh,
okay.
On, yeah.
Okay. I would have bookended it with this.
I should have.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
we'll get to that. There's a Beetlejuice tie-in.
There is,
oddly enough, but we'll get to it.
And Phil says,
good. Now I need to know. Somebody, please tell me, where can I get my hands on this movie? Do I have to eBay the thing? Like, is it like in a different region for like a physical media that I'll never be able to watch? No. I don't even know if I have a machine that would play.
If you can find a Betamax tape, yeah.
Well, I mean, something that's region free, right?
True.
I don't know if the Xbox is region free or not. The Series X. I don't know. Gaz at Treasure Trigger, like in today's long distance dedication, is from Gaz to a Kiwi in Japan. Here's Will to Powers, baby, I love your way. Free bird. Oh my god, that is priceless. I wish I could do it in Casey's voice.
We'll have to work on that one. Oh, there you go. You might be in luck.
Apple. Later. I have Apple TV. Oh my god. Okay. I'm making note. I'm gonna send me a note.
We'll have to set up a play date and I'll come over and watch it.
Megaforce is on Apple TV. I'm literally sending myself a message right now.
Well, as you do that, let's move on to our
first, man. Do it. Let's do it.
Tonight. Fans are already a little unhappy with the new Star Wars Outlaws game because Jabba the Hutt's mission is locked behind the season pass.
So we need to clarify that because there's an update on that.
There is an update on this.
So it's not the Jabba the Hutt mission.
It is not it's the entire thing. It is a additional Jabba the Hutt mission.
Oh. Sorry, I just got shiny thinged. There it is. $26.99 Amazon. Okay. I am totally in for that. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. I've stopped buying physical media many moons ago and thinned out my collection, but I will definitely spend the money. For that one. Yes, I will. Love it.
So as reported by a Spanish outlet, Area Jagons, Ubisoft's website was outlining the contents of the season pass.
Yep.
And an optional extra to the already $70 game was the $109.99 Gold Edition or the even more expensive $129.99 Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, that's like the Uber Platinum.
Yeah,
everything you could ever want.
Bobber, yeah. But that reveal included access to Jabba's Gambit at launch.
Now that's just one mission, and they've since posted an update to say that Jabba the Hutt is one. In fact, Jabba's crime syndicate is one of the factions.
Factors into the whole game.
Yeah, so I mean, Jabba the Hutt will be a playable experience for everybody. It's just one mission. And this is the thing too. The game, it's not out yet. The game is not out yet. We spoke very highly last week of the story trailer.
Awesome, man.
I did read an article since that where the person writing obviously is a reporter for video games who actually said, well, if you look at the breakdown of everything that's in that Ultimate Edition, the season pass, it's like two DLCs that we don't know what it is yet, plus some skins and a few other things.
Yeah.
They compared it to some other premium edition games, and they actually, they came to the conclusion that it's a bit of you're rolling the dice a little bit. It could be worth it just based on the number of items that are included, but we won't know until we actually get those DLCs to see what they actually are to be able to weigh in on, was this worth it or not?
Yeah, so like all we've seen so far is like cinematic trailer footage.
And yeah, exactly. We
So
did see a little bit of
is-
gameplay
is-
footage from last year.
Okay,
That speeder bike sequence where she hops on the bike and takes
that's
off.
right.
That's
Right.
in-game stuff. I, for one, am going to be playing this game. I don't know what you guys think. Is this something that you guys are into? Are you into these? Do you do season passes? I know I do with my favorite racing game with Forza Motorsport. I pay for everything on that thing. I love it. I will probably not buy the ultimate premium. I'll probably buy the middle one,
Yeah.
the 109 one.
Well, if you're going that far, what's $20 more?
Well, is it 20 US?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's true.
I haven't looked it up yet to see because I know it's available
Well,
now for
'cause
pre-order.
Usually games up here around 70, $80.
The new price point for the current generation games are $10 more than the last. So I think the current rate is now 90.
Ouch.
Yeah, a regular game is 90 for a AAA title.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
Canadian,
hmm.
90 Canadian.
So the Ubisoft spokesperson did put out like you said, a response. And to clarify, Jabba the Hutt and the Hutt Cartel are one of the main syndicates in Star Wars Outlaws and will be part of the experience for everyone who purchases the game, regardless of edition. The Jabba's Gambit mission is optional, and an additional one with the Hutt Cartel along Kay and Nyx's journey across the Outer Rim. The mission will be available to those who purchase the Season Pass or an edition of the game, which includes the Season Pass. So apparently all that other, you can like turn on Jabba or
Yeah.
with them. Apparently that's still all good.
Yeah,
for
of course,
everybody.
because Jabba himself is one of the major factions within the game that you can work for. Kind of has to be integral to the base game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, got one from Silver Spider.
Unless it's Doom or Mortal Kombat, no season passes or pre-orders, etc. That's fair. That is fair. Gaz says the game looks cool, and then a follow-up from Silver Spider. Game looks good, though. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand all of the hate and the belly aching at the K Vess character.
I don't get that either. Like, add somebody else, then they can make the jump to live action.
I do understand some of the criticism is that if you're going to give me an open world sandbox game, which this is purporting to be, give me the ability to make my own character. Don't give me here's the person that you're going to play.
Well, it worked for Grand Theft Auto.
Did it? I guess so.
Yeah, you just be CJ or what's his face, and
even Mass Effect, which when oh my god, what's the studio that did that? BioWare. When BioWare basically said we're going to make our own Star Wars game, that's what they did. They made Mass Effect. But even that, you had the option. Your main character, the Shepherd, could be male or could be female. It didn't matter. They could have done that.
True.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, it will.
I'm not upset about it. I'm going to play it, and I think it looks great.
Yeah, it arrives on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on August 27th, 2024.
August this year, so it's just around the corner.
Yeah, it says agreed.
Something else in August.
Lots of stuff in August.
I'm going to see Billy Idol. Yeah. Bucket list concert going off my list this year.
Nice. Well, this has nothing to do with Billy Idol, but
what? Why not?
Don Mancini has teased another left turn and a potential season 4 for Chucky.
Why is Chucky upside down?
Because he's looking at somebody he just murdered.
Oh, that's an interesting angle.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wow, that's hard to look at.
But yeah, there's 3 episodes left to air for season 3, which will be, one of them is tomorrow night.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's on Wednesdays. Gaz says, you're going to see the
Going
Idol?
to see the Idol? Yes, I am. Billy fucking Idol.
Moni.
Hey, listen, Billy Idol came and played a concert very close to where I live, like 10 years ago when I was still in the service, and I regretted going. And I thought, you know what, this is that opportunity. Yeah, I regret not going to that show. And it was a small venue too. It was in a local, well, I won't say local, but relatively close casino show. And this particular casino, I've seen dozens of shows at. It's a nice room. It's only about 5,000 seats.
Yeah.
So, everything, no matter where you are in there, everything sounds great. And I didn't go to that one. This one is at the whatever the Air Canada Center is called now, the Rogers.
The corporate
Whatever.
sponsor of the
Yeah, the where the Toronto Maple Leafs play. That's where I'm going. That's where he's playing. Oh my God, it's Rebel Yell 2024.
Nice.
So it's an anniversary year for Rebel Yell, and in a little twist of irony, the opening act is the same opener from '84,
No.
Platinum Blonde.
Oh, jeez.
It doesn't really matter. Yeah, Platinum Blonde and Billy Idol. Oi! Love it.
Nice.
I've already seen Steve Stevens, so
There you go.
that's a bonus now. I get to see the Idol singing.
Nice.
Right, Don Mancini. Sorry,
That's all good.
we got side.
So apparently season 4 hasn't been ordered yet by USA Sci-Fi.
All right,
But he is hopeful that, they're going to do it because he's already got an idea conjured up for what could happen. We're not in a good spot right now for Chucky in the show. I mean, he's facing his own mortality.
You had said that he's decomposing.
He's decomposing as he's currently cursed with Christian magic from last season.
Cursed with Christian magic.
Yeah.
Wow, that's almost like real life.
They tried to perform an exorcism on him last year. So,
Okay, all right.
but it did take. So, but he is quoted as saying, "There's very little I can say about it. I can't tell you my ideas for season 4, but I'm really excited about it. I already pitched it to the network, so fingers crossed because it's something I'd really like to do."
Okay.
And you know what? I'd like to see it keep going. So, like the first 3 seasons so far have been really good.
Yeah, you've been watching this
I have.
right from the get go. I agree with Phil. Cursed with Christian magic.
And the doctor he goes to see in the show is just like straight faced, like, "Oh, have you not been praying to your deity?"
And that's what he says.
Yeah.
He says it like that.
He says,
Have
"Oh,
you not been praying to your deity?
yeah," because the doctor is also a follower of Damballa.
Ah, okay.
So
okay.
he's like, "You've upset your god."
Right.
So
The chef is angry in the kitchen.
basically,
He's not
Oh,
going to
yeah.
stir your soup.
so in addition to that season 4, he's also thinking about doing another movie.
Yep.
But again, nothing greenlit, just all idea stage. But
All right.
we'll see what happens.
All right. You'll have to keep us up to date on that one.
Mhm. This next one gets expensive.
Oh.
Superman's first appearance.
Oh my God. I
has
saw
sold
this.
for $6 million.
Action Comics .1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it was released in 1938, it sold for 10 cents, which is equivalent today to about $2.
10 cents.
Yeah.
Woo. $2. I can either get this Superman comic or I can get my morning coffee.
Yeah.
At my age, I'm getting the fucking coffee.
Not me. I get the comic book.
Oh wow. And
But
then
yeah.
so dethroned what? Amazing
Fantasy 15.
That's first appearance of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man,
Yeah.
which was currently holding the record at 3.6 million.
Wow. I mean, I love Superman. In fact, I had a reprint.
I have a reprint of this.
I had a reprint of that one. Did I sell it to you?
No.
Oh, okay. So because I had a couple of them. I had the Comic-Con one that they sold with
Actually, that one I think you might have sold.
the Mylar cover.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's nice.
It is pretty.
Yeah,
It's got-
that's because Soups is the man.
Soups is the man.
Agree to disagree.
Soups is the man. What?
I'm a Spider-Man guy.
Listen, do we have to have a conversation about if Superman and Spider-Man get into a fight?
Superman might last a minute.
It might last a minute. Well,
Spider-Man would try and throttle him. Or he distract him with jokes.
that might actually work.
Yeah.
And Superman would just stand there and let him do whatever because that's Superman.
True.
He doesn't beat up on the good guys.
Well, unless he's, mind controlled.
Magically compelled.
Yeah.
Right.
Suffering from Christian magic.
Cursed by the Christian magic. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Hey, can we stick with Superman for a minute?
Yeah, we can.
Do you know who the James Gunn has confirmed who the villain's going to be for Superman?
I believe I read somewhere that it's going to be Lex Luthor.
It is going to be Lex Luthor.
And
do you know
just
who
Lex Luthor?
And you know who Lex Luthor is going to be played by?
Not Kevin Spacey.
No. No. Oh my God, that deserves a no, man. Nicholas Hoult.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So that's cool. Now, both comic franchises now, Marvel and DC.
Well, they
Good for
say
him.
you do one and then do the other. And
Yeah, there was that thing I read a while ago
But
that
he
turned
wasn't
out.
bad in First Class.
No, he was actually quite good.
Yeah.
Also great in Mad Max,
Mm.
which I quite liked. I read that thing where they're like, "Oh yeah, that they're gonna Ultraman is gonna be the villain in Superman, but he's not gonna be an alternate Earth version. He's gonna be a genetic creation of Lex Luthor."
You mean
And I'm like,
Superman 4?
didn't we just do that in Superman 4?
The Quest for Peace.
Nuclear Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to do Ultraman, you have to do him right. You have to have him come from that crime syndicate world.
If you have Ultraman, I feel like you need to have the rest of the crime syndicate.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. And,
like, what was Owlman?
Owlman, Speed Freak,
Wonder Woman as
Superwoman, and then the Ring Girl, who's now an actual Green Lantern.
Yes, Jessica Cruz.
Yeah, I can't remember what she was called before. And then in the New 52, they did a version where one of them took over a cyborg's body.
I think didn't they called him Grid over there?
Yeah, Grid. That's right. Yeah. Oh, Gaz, Bizarro Nuclear Man. Yeah, that one. That one.
They're doing Bizarro Doomsday right now in Smallville. Or not Smallville,
That's true.
Superman and Lois.
Superman and Lois. I'm okay with Lex Luthor being the villain. I just don't want another real estate scheme.
No, don't be throwing no kryptonite in the ocean to make an island.
Yeah. Giant maps in his office, that get shattered with the cane. Like, no more real estate plots, please.
No, he can, you know what I want to see? I want to see the 80s big green and purple suit that he throws down with Superman in.
Doomsday.
No, Lex Luthor.
Oh, sorry, the armor.
Yeah.
Yes, the armor.
That was the
I do. Yeah.
Superpowers figure.
The superpowers. Yeah. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
That's a great looking suit. Just like why I was so attracted to the McFarlane Brainiac. I'm like, wow, does that ever look like the 80s Brainiac?
Mm. That's that one. It holds a special place because that's one of my earlier memories of a comic book cover.
Yep.
When they did the giant Lex Luthor and he's like grabbing Superman all tiny.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm laughing before the comments. Otisburg? Exactly. No.
No Otisburg.
Yeah, so Action Comics #1, the most expensive comic book ever sold.
Yep.
Somebody's really happy.
Well, somebody's $6 million invested. But that takes us to our next one. Cobra Kai's Paul Walter Hauser is set to star in the Chris Farley biopic.
I can see it.
I can see it as well.
I can totally see it. And I've seen him in a couple of other things, and he is genuinely funny.
Yeah.
Like,
his role in Cobra Kai, kind of hit or miss, but he's still good in it.
Yeah, he's okay. He's like the old dude, right? That hangs out with all the kids. They all kind of, because he can buy the booze, right?
Yeah, exactly. Apparently he's attached to star in this biopic. It's going to be written by Scott Neustadter and Michael H. Weber, who wrote The Disaster Artist and The Fault in Our Stars.
Oh, really?
Currently, it's dubbed The Chris Farley Show, a biography in 3 acts.
All right.
Josh Gad is also on board to direct.
Oh, wow. That'll be cool.
Pull off the snowman,
Yeah.
But Saturday Night Live's Lorne Michaels will be producing via his Broadway video banner.
Okay.
So at least we've got some, classic Saturday Night Live involvement, which you would absolutely need.
And do we know where we're at on this? This is just announced?
I believe it's just announced. But it's based on the biography that was written by Chris Farley's brother, Tom Farley Jr.
Okay.
And Farley's family has given it their blessing. So,
all right.
That
always makes these things much more palatable when people who are close to the person say, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So no date or anything yet, but a lot of positive going forward. So
I'm okay with this. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah. I'd be interested to watch it. You remember the Dune popcorn bucket?
Oh, yes, I do. I have photos. I actually had it in my hand. I did not buy one, but I did. I handled it with my hands and nothing else, just my hands.
There you go. Well, Marvel boss Kevin Feige has called the Deadpool 3 popcorn bucket intentionally crude and lewd, and he called it that at CinemaCon 2024.
Yeah.
And then called the movie itself fucking awesome.
This is the one that he's saying the popcorn bucket has been designed by Deadpool himself?
Yeah. And there's a companion piece for Wolverine. Do what you will with this popcorn bucket.
What do you mean?
Yeah, he's making his O face.
I feel the need to have a popsicle. Or maybe a banana.
Oh no.
That's hilarious.
Intentionally
Oh.
rude. Oh, is this one?
It's absolutely lewd. Did we see the SNL Dune Bucket music video?
I did
No.
not.
Oh, link, please. Yes, need a link. Yeah, exactly. It is just completely bonkers. Do we have the clip, the CinemaCon, the photo of the cup?
I do not have that one.
Oh, okay.
I figured we didn't want to spoil more of it, seeing as any already.
I mean, it's already
Spoiler.
there. We're talking the popcorn bucket. I won't tell you what it looks like, but I will tell you this. If you have not seen already from CinemaCon, there have been some enhanced, blown up photographs of the companion drink cup for this movie, which does, in fact, show Wolverine in his traditional yellow cowl.
Yep. So
And it looks pretty cool.
It's finally like fully suited up.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks good.
You can go find those on your own.
Yeah.
They're everywhere anyway.
Yeah. But more reveals coming out of Marvel. Anthony Mackie has got photos for the new Captain America Brave New World.
Is this the one from
Empire Magazine?
Empire. I thought so.
Or Entertainment first.
Entertainment Weekly.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So we get a very limited side view of the new Captain costume.
It's pretty dark. We should have run that through the old Oh, you did?
I did.
That's already lightened?
That is lightened.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
It is dark.
But,
does that look like metal on his shoulder?
it kind of does look like a little bit of metal, but at the same time, that's where the white stripes would have been.
You know, I get it. It seems like every time we get a new movie, we got to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
I mean,
you gotta have a new costume.
The suit is the wheel, right?
Yeah. That way you get new action figures, new merchandise.
Sure. Is this one necessary? What do you think?
I'm gonna say yes.
I really enjoyed the final reveal at the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the red, white, and blue cap.
Yeah, it was a good
Loved
suit.
it. Thought it was great.
But I'm thinking because of watching the behind the scenes thing and the whole thing with the twisting of the head, how it was causing punch up in the neck. I could see that being an issue. Maybe one.
Listen, I mean, Robert Downey Jr. stopped wearing physical props partway through the whole run. You can just do it later.
Yeah.
Same thing.
True.
Same thing.
True.
We get a look at Harrison Ford's Thunderbolt Ross.
Yep.
There's a line. Did you get the line that they said? The two of them are apparently in this scene. It's basically General Ross or President Ross.
Yeah.
Is asking Sam Wilson to reform the Avengers.
Yeah, to reassemble a new team.
And so there's a thing where apparently Sam says something to the effect of getting used to the new look. Is he talking about like he recognizes that Ross is a different person? Like, is this a variant Ross? What's going on here?
It could be a jab because this wouldn't be the first time they've had somebody fill the new shoes, right?
Yeah.
Like in Iron Man 2, where Don Cheadle shows up and says, "I'm here, get used to it."
So maybe it's a tongue-in-cheek thing.
It could be.
I hope it's that. I mean, because the other option is, you got a whole lot of splaining to do.
True.
Yeah.
But they are saying that this movie is a clear reset.
Okay.
And it reestablishes the idea of what this universe is and what the universe is going to be. And that's a quote from Anthony Mackie. So.
You know what? I love Anthony Mackie's character. I think he's I like the idea of this. I still think it does a disservice to Bucky. I think Bucky should have gotten the shield at some point, and hopefully there's an avenue to explore that down the road where Bucky is ready at some point.
Well, he was technically next in line in the comics.
And
I get why they did it. Like, because to do that, you would then have to go through a whole other storyline before you even get to Falcon.
You're right.
But
you're right. But at the same time, I want my Steve Rogers back.
True.
Come on, Chris Evans, come back.
Or at least tell us what you were doing on the moon. Moon stuff.
Moon stuff.
But again, sticking with Marvel, more details, I guess, came out of
CinemaCon.
That's the one.
That's the one.
About the
Brain
new Deadpool
fart.
3. I haven't got them all listed here because it's a very extensive list because the footage is not available online yet.
Okay.
But Screen Rant, I believe, did a very in-depth like
right.
like line by line of what you're seeing, what you're hearing
Okay.
as far as Deadpool goes. And there's a lot to reveal. Like I guess he's getting new adamantium katanas.
I
from
did
the
see,
TVA.
yes, I saw something about that, which we've already seen in the trailer. Starts off referencing that he is, in fact, a used car salesman.
Yep. And apparently Vanessa and him have been broken up for a little while. So
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of details about what is necessary, what's going on, and then there's a line from cocaine is the only thing that Feige said no to.
Yeah. And a couple more jabs like "Suck it, Fox, I'm going to Disneyland."
Yeah, exactly.
But we have linked to it in the show notes if you want to go read it line for line. But yeah, it's more spoilers, really.
I'm okay with it though. I mean, this was out of a convention, and of course you have to expect.
And a nice exclusive thing for the convention. What we got here from Kim.
Chris is the only captain.
Which Chris?
Well, I know what she's talking about.
Me too, but I'm just being a dork.
Oh dear.
What's this one?
Mr. Evans' cap was great, but Red Brown's cap wasn't too shabby. Oh dear Lord. Are we talking about? Oh, we are too, aren't we? We're talking about the 70s. No,
even farther back.
Yeah, you don't remember? Do you remember? Like, was the same studio that did all those really bad? Yeah, here he is. Do you remember the? I don't know if I can put this up on the camera. If anybody will be able to make this out.
I don't know.
I'll try this. Do you remember these? Like the same guys that did those like really bad made for TV Spider-Man movies?
Vaguely.
It's the same company.
Okay.
I remember this one too.
I don't.
I remember him riding the shield is clear and transparent. It becomes the windscreen to the motorcycle. It's pretty goofy. But there's a cool scene where like he wheels up underneath a bridge, hops off the bike, and then picks up the bike and throws it, and it whoop, onto the bridge, and it lands and stays upright.
Well, there you go.
Oh my God! Some of the stuff, it is worth going back and
for sure
revisiting, or visiting for the first time, maybe.
True. Let's talk some toys.
Right on, man. I'm all for it.
So revealed during Hasbro Pulse Marvel Fanstream this past Monday.
That was just on the weekend.
Yeah. Was it Saturday or Sunday? I don't know. Anyway, it was recent.
Yeah.
But they have shown off a bunch of stuff for 85-year anniversary. Oh, evening, TJ.
TJC, legend in the house. Hope you were feeling better, sir.
And first up here, we have Astonishing X-Men Wolverine and the Superior
Spider-Man. Yeah, I did see some of the product shots for these guys. Now, they don't hit with me because it's just not my thing, but I can totally see. I really feel like, did the movie kind of take their inspiration from this suit?
No, because it's based on the Astonishing X-Men run. Well, it might technically the movie might have taken the inspiration from there, but
it just looks so. I mean, it's Wolverine.
Yeah.
If you don't have a Wolverine, this would be a good one to pick up.
True. Now, I am all over the Superior Spider-Man. They have released it way back with the Goblin Wave, but they missed a whole bunch of opportunities there. Like, this is the one we should have got.
Yep.
Complete with all his
extra leggies.
His extra Spider-Man.
Yeah, legs. Not just the, oh, look, it's a body.
Yeah. That's me. We've also linked to the actual fan stream in the show notes if you want to go check out more product shots and whatnot. But a basic summary from the rest of it. We're getting a Miss Marvel in her
as Miss Marvel.
Yeah. Which looks really nice.
Yeah, she does look pretty good, doesn't she?
We're also getting a Ghost Rider for the Danny Ketch version.
So can I just, did we already get this bike?
You know what? I don't know for sure.
Is this a new? That's the one thing I wanted to ask. Is this a new bike? What is this?
I think this is the official Danny Ketch 90s Ghost Rider bike.
Okay, so this is a new. We think this is a new mold, not
I
a.
think so, yes.
Okay.
Because the other versions have been like, standard bikes with like slim flame wheels.
Yeah.
But
This looks pretty cool. That figure looks pretty good too.
yeah, it's a good sculpt.
I do like that one.
And then we are also getting Scar, son of Hulk,
I do like Scar.
Barbarian Hulk. Why not?
They kind of dropped him at the end of that
Mm,
in the MCU.
yeah.
I kind of hope they pick that up again.
Well, he looked kind of like a dork in She-Hulk, but
That's what I mean.
I mean, he's supposed to look like a savage.
He certainly does here.
Planet he comes from,
Yeah.
war-torn and all that. But then we're also getting Iron Fist and Power Man.
Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah,
They're just okay.
And then this one kind of caught me off guard because like they already reissued him, but this is a reissue of the reissue, and we're getting the Kingpin back out again.
A 3-issue?
A 3-issue.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you if that was exactly the same one. Was this, or if was something different about it? But
No, this is same color
It's the
scheme,
same
same Spider-Man retro card, and it is a repaint of the white suit Build-A-Figure. So,
well, that's okay though.
as if you missed out.
Well, that's
first
what
or
I was going
second.
to say. This is not. So that's what I was getting at earlier. Was there's a reissue thing that I saw today?
Hmm.
That was my toy news.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I'm okay with reissues. I mean, having been in the business and sold, Diamond Select and NECA, that's great. It's the same figure, and it's but it's at today's price point.
Yeah.
That's the hard pill to swallow.
True.
Especially now at least this one. Now, when was the first release of this version?
A couple years ago.
Like,
the first
more than 2?
Build-A-Figure?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely more than 2.
So that's the thing. Like, you could have assembled it then, but the first on the retro card, when did they put it out?
2 years ago, I believe.
I mean, is it? I don't know. It's a tough pill to swallow, paying the today's price for a figure that's
But if you need them for your Spider-Man retro,
No, I get
for
it.
the
I get
animated
it.
series, right? So
I get it. I totally do. I mean, it's. I guess it comes down to paying retail or paying aftermarket. Yeah.
TJC.
Oh, feeling much better. Yeah. Okay. Bit of a sickness bug. Oh yeah. Yeah. I hear you, man. And it's now we're getting into nice weather here in Canada as we're having actual spring weather. Not a nice time of the year to be sick.
No.
Sorry for that. Glad you're feeling better though.
Mm-hmm. But moving on here, we've got something from the G.I. Joe line. Demolition Specialist Wreckage and the ATV or the Tiger Paw ATV,
as opposed to the Cobra version, which they just saw. Yeah.
Yeah. This one's going to feature 10 character inspired accessories, including helmet, backpack, 2 landmines, remote detonator, knife, weapon accessories, and the ATV comes with 14 unassembled pieces, including handlebars, rear rail bar, winch detail, adjustable cannon, and 2 missiles.
I know nothing about this character. Do you?
I do not.
Is this a new character for the line?
It might be. I don't recall seeing him back then, but
Sure. I often, especially with the anniversary this year, I actually saw a couple of the classified series, Action Soldier and Action Sailor.
Yeah.
The diver one. Yeah, I saw them. I thought,
really nice.
I do like that. I've always wanted a more accurate, more militant military line. If that's am I saying that right?
Sure.
A more realistic military line. So I appreciated that. So generic troops, I appreciate generic troops. I really do. Wreckage. Tiger Force Wreckage. I don't know anything about this guy, but he looks cool.
Yeah. Decked out in Tiger Force decos. So.
Yeah. No green there. It's all black and tan.
And orange.
Oh, I guess the helmet is orange. Yeah.
This next one's right up your alley.
All right.
Here you go.
Oh, there it is. That's exactly what I was talking about. Yeah. This one I just saw today.
The Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Commander WFC S28 Jetfire.
Yeah, so this is another reissue.
Is it?
Yeah. So I have him. He's
okay.
Yeah, Commander class Jetfire. awesome. I think he was what $120 Canadian when I got him
A while ago.
2 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. And he was awesome then. I love the fact that finally, without having to go to a third party company, we have an official Transformer that actually looks like the Skyfire animation model from the animated series. Because as a Transformer fan, you probably already know the litigation surrounding why the Jetfire toy and the Skyfire animation model look completely different. And it's a whole Macross Robotech thing. That's blah. Actually, one time the animation model for Jetfire matched the toy, and it was in a TV commercial.
Huh.
It's the only time they ever
Oh.
matched up. Well, that's when Hasbro went and was licensing every robot toy from Japan that they could get their hands on. True. And they got to Macross before Robotech was a thing. So yeah.
Gaz is saying he believes that
is a new character.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Thank you, TJC.
Hit that like. Yeah, we'd love for you to hit the like if you haven't already. And come on over if you want to be a subscriber. We're here every week. We'd love to have you along. Yeah, so I have this figure. The one thing I don't like about it is on mine, it's not a swapple, it's a mask.
Is it?
It's a mask, and it's supposed to plug in. This square piece on his forehead actually depresses, and that's where the mask pins onto, but it's spring loaded. Okay. So if your mask and mine doesn't fit properly, it just ping and flies off. So I hope that Hasbro has addressed that issue, because otherwise it's an amazing figure. I have it displayed like it is here in the top right.
There you go.
To look like Skyfire, not with all the extra armored bits on. So I'm okay with that, but I can understand how when you're checking out $120 Canadian or more, because I don't know what the price point of this one's going to be.
Yeah, no price available yet. It's just available for pre-order on.
You want it to work?
Yeah.
You want it all to work? Yeah.
Silver Spider.
I hit the like button because I wanted to, not because I was told to.
Rebel.
Thank you very much. That's the best kind of like, the organic ones. I love those. I can feel it from here.
So this next one coming up here is the first ever Collectors Club drawing board crowdfund from McFarlane.
What are we calling this? Collectors Club drawing board. Oh boy, McFarlane's getting into the crowdfunding game.
I guess so, but it is a resin statue.
It's a Spawn thing, right?
It is.
Oh boy,
but it can't be McFarlane without a Batman. So it is the cover, or a statue based on the cover of the 1994 crossover of Spawn and Batman.
I will accept that.
It was fully funded in under 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
It really looks nice. You can go and reserve your statue, but apparently they're going to produce up to 500.
Well, that is limited.
Once they hit 500,
that's very limited.
That's it.
That's okay. So, like, I don't want to be the pessimist, but like, we've heard this before.
We have.
We're only going to do 500
until we do more
this time.
Yeah.
Version 2 yeah, exactly. We'll do one. We'll reissue this
with a new paint,
and it'll be the blue and gray suited Batman, and then we'll reissue it again, and it'll be Commando Spawn. Or you see where I'm going with this, right? Yeah. McFarlane's Batman, got to collect them all.
Yes, you do.
You think it'd be all right, for McFarlane. Like, did McFarlane actually draw?
He did draw this cover, yeah.
He did, eh? Yeah. Okay. You would think with his history with Spider-Man, mind you, maybe Marvel. Is Marvel still angry at him?
Probably.
Okay, fair enough.
But that's not all that he put out this week. They announced 3 of the entire wave for Fallout.
Oh, well, none of those are going to be Batman.
No, but they are 6-inch scale posed figures.
Is that what we're calling them now? We're not calling them statues. We're calling them posed figures.
Yeah.
So that's good. It's based on the TV series.
Show, yeah. So you get Maximus, the Ghoul, and Lucy. Each include an environmental base, a scenic printed backdrop, and an art card with certificate of authenticity, plus a hidden surprise. What that's going to be, I have no idea. but I did see another
don't
photo
know.
floating around.
Yeah,
Apparently, there is a fourth, and it's Fallout Boy.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
That makes sense. I just wrapped up the series the other night.
I still have to start it.
Listen, I have to say this. Full disclaimer, and I know TJC, you probably think I'm crazy. I've never played a Fallout game in my life. However, by the time I got to the end of the television series, first off, I was entertained up the wazoo. I didn't feel like I missed anything, and I thought I felt like I knew exactly what was going on, and it was a hell of a ride. I really, really liked it. And I have to say, actor Walton Goggins, who plays the Ghoul, if he's not the standout performance of the whole thing, then I don't know. He's just so good.
Hmm.
Can't wait to see more from him in a second season. Yes, never played a Fallout game. I know. It's this. So because I have an aversion to things that I perceive to be based in the horror genre, because personal experience, I don't do well with gore. I'm very selective about the entertainment that in the media that I will consume. So I usually need at least a couple of recommendations from people that I trust before I will dive into something that's potentially like, I don't know if I'm going to be comfortable with this.
Well, you made it through Brightburn.
I did get through Brightburn. Yeah.
That had some graphic stuff in it.
Yeah. I made it through Civil War this weekend.
Yeah.
Almost had to leave. My wife and I went to see Civil War on the weekend, and it was as polarizing
As
and
advertised?
disturbing as I expected it to be. Haven't been to a movie maybe ever where when something disturbing happened on screen, you could hear around the theater, oh my God, people were talking in the theater about what was happening on screen. I've never been to a movie where that's happened before, but yes. So yes, I'm sorry. Yes, Civil War, very intense.
I did read one satire review of it. It said it's the worst remake ever. Iron Man's not even in it, and there's no Captain America.
So true. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Fallout 76 is available for free temporarily through Amazon Games. Yes, it is. For people who are subscribers, I think it's for Prime subscribers because the show is a Prime Video show.
Okay.
Yeah, but apparently I was reading some of the reviews, and apparently 76, it's an MMO. Okay. Apparently it's rife with microtransactions.
Oh,
whether that's your thing or not, I don't know.
Not mine.
I cannot say how truthful that is. That's just what I read.
Well, no microtransactions here.
Also, apparently the success of the television show has stalled a new game. Did you hear that?
I did hear that.
Yeah,
they're trying to rework it so that something follows through with the new show.
Because the show is heavily based on Fallout 4. The remastering of Fallout 4 has now become the priority over a new Fallout game.
Oh, it's not bad.
That's kind of cool.
But that does bring us to our next segment.
What is it? My turn?
It's your turn.
Let me get everything set up here. I gotta. Oh my God! I mean, is this thing still like working? I gotta wind it up first. Here we go. Turn the key. All right, here we go.
Loading lexicon. Generating responses. Responses ready. Lexicon is the word game where you decide what's real and what is a con. Get ready. Here we go.
All right, like I promised earlier, this week's word is so ridiculous you'll probably think it's not real.
Right, what's this highfalutin word?
As always, I'm going to give you 3 choices, and yours obviously you're going to try and pick the right one. You probably will get it because it's so bizarre and so ridiculous. Of course, if I've done my job, I will have fooled you all, and I will have pulled off the con. So let us get to. Oh, what do we got here? We got. Guys, excited! Let's go, like the con. And then Silver Spider. Not going to burn myself like last time on this. Okay, fair enough. All right, this week's word. Let me get. Where are we going here? Find the buttons. Find the button. There it is. Okay. Are you ready for this week's word?
I'm ready.
Here we go. This week's word is
ABCDarian.
ABCDarian.
When you look at that and you sound it out in your head, having never imagine that you've never heard that before. Does it look like that? It looks like Abe Sedarian or
It does
Abba,
look like
or
Abe Sedaria.
Abba Sedarian, but no, it in fact is pronounced
ABC Darian.
ABC Darian.
Okay.
So ridiculous, you
Huh.
probably think I'm full of shit.
Maybe on this one. All right, what do we got for definitions?
Okay, so option number one. Option number one, here we go.
A mythical creature from English folklore said to inhabit ancient libraries and archives guarding the secrets of forgotten knowledge. They are often depicted as humanoid figures with the head of an owl, and they possess the ability to communicate in all known languages.
That is option number one.
Okay.
Option number two, are you ready? Option number two.
An international organization dedicated to deciphering secret messages encoded in the arrangement of letters. ABCdarians employ a combination of linguistic analysis, pattern recognition, and historical context to unlock hidden messages embedded in alphabetic sequences.
That's your option number two.
Number three.
And last one, here we go.
A term used to describe someone learning the rudiments of something.
All right.
Hmm.
Those are your choices. I'm going to start our little countdown music while you guys decide what you want to pick. Here we go. Wow. This is interesting. We've got, I love this answer. 31.
Can't go wrong there.
I love that answer. 31. But we've got Gaz at 1, Silver Spider at 1, K-Daw at 1, TJC at 1. It is a landslide decision this week.
Well, I'm going with number two.
You're going with 2. All
I'm going with
right.
number two.
All right. Andy coming in at number 2. Well, the word was so ridiculous that if you picked anything other than number Jesus. Wow. I'm like, don't like walk and chew gum at the same time, Wes. If you chose anything other than 3.
What?
Yeah, number 3. And listen, because I don't do such a good job that the machine does it for me, here's a few more words on this week's ABCdarian.
In its oldest documented English use in the early 1600s, ABCdarian was a noun meaning one learning the rudiments of something. It specifically referred to someone who was learning the alphabet.
Yeah, from the Greek abecedarius.
Huh.
Yeah, isn't that something?
That is neat.
Yeah, so ABCdarian. I looked at it and I'm like, oh, and at first I had no idea because I didn't know how to pronounce it. So I'm like, Abecedarian. I'm like, that's a cool sounding looking word. So I looked it up. I'm like, okay, that's a good one. I can use that. And I'm like, I better look how to pronounce that. And it's like ABCdarian. It's in the title, ABCD. Yeah, learning the alphabet.
I can still see that being applicable to some society that's trying to decode letters and whatnot.
Yeah. That sounded too easy, so I didn't pick it. Isn't that something though? Yeah.
Gaz says number one
sounds cool. Yeah, it really does. Yeah, same. I hear you. All right, that's been Lexicon for this week. Come back next week where I may or may not have another word for you, or I may have a completely other trivia game to play. So, or maybe both.
We'll see.
Maybe both.
So I guess we got a mid-season trailer for X-Men 97, and it's somewhat confirming a major Avengers crossover.
I did see that. We got the we get the picture?
We do got the picture.
Nice. Okay.
So yeah. Captain America's shield lands in the snow.
Landing in the snow.
So
we're talking X-Men here.
We are.
Everybody's up to speed on the series. I
hope so.
Last week's episode, when Cable showed up, did you not think he sounded an awful lot like Josh Brolin?
You know what? I wasn't even paying attention to that point.
It's not.
Oh my God, it's Cable.
It's not Josh Brolin, but the voice performance was so like, I'm like, I actually stopped.
Really?
And had to look it up. No, it's not Josh Brolin, but I thought that Cable sounded so much like movie Cable.
Yeah. We've linked to this trailer. It's over on X if you want to go give it a watch.
Do you even X?
Do you even X? I X all the time.
That's right, man. Yep. Cable's the flipping man.
I thought Soups was the man.
That was like half an hour ago, man.
I know.
Get
But
with the times.
yeah, there's 5 episodes left this season for X-Men 97. And
Is that it?
yeah, it's only
Oh,
a
wow.
10 episode season.
I have to say, I appreciate the background that it's all of our other 90s shows. It didn't get the Silver Surfer in there.
No, we didn't.
But
But
do you think there's room for everybody to
get
show
a
up?
revisit.
Yeah.
I think so.
So the whole this ties in with, remember we talked about Invincible last week,
Yes.
the finale episode and all of the crossover stuff. Because the Invincible episodes are over 40 minutes long, they could not use even an indirect reference to Spider-Man.
Huh.
However, X-Men 97 is under 40 minutes.
It is.
Or under 44 minutes. So that is well within Marvel Studios' rights to use Spider-Man in animated production. So
Mhm.
that's going to be awesome.
And there's also fuel like getting added to it to give them a revival as well.
Oh, you've just been
I've been
corrected.
corrected here,
You have
yeah.
been corrected. Stoops is the man. Cable is the flipping man. I like it. I like it.
But yeah, if you want to go check it out, we've got a link to in the show notes. And apparently Captain America is going to be showing up in the second half.
It's going to be interesting.
It will be. I don't know how they're going to slot him in yet, but
Got to think what was happening with Captain America back in 1997.
true.
Was there much going on?
If I remember right, I think that was getting close to the Onslaught era.
Oh, wow.
Where they got shifted off into the alternate universe by Franklin Richards.
Okay. Yep.
But I could be wrong. But anyway, moving along, Margot Robbie will produce a Monopoly movie for Lionsgate and Hasbro.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
Margot Robbie will produce a Monopoly movie for Lionsgate and Hasbro.
So the woman who played Barbie for Mattel is going to produce a movie about a board game made by Hasbro.
Yes.
Well, that's an interesting one.
Apparently, she was also a producer on Barbie.
Oh,
she's
okay,
kinda flexing
okay.
that producer muscle. And since Barbie was the highest grossing movie of 2023, they're thinking lightning might strike twice.
Is this resume building for her? Do you think that's what this is?
I would say so, and it's definitely distancing her from the Harley Quinn character, which
I mean, she's got to do more than just that.
exactly, like she did more before that, but I think she got kind of stuck there for a minute, where that was the only thing, and now she's going to branch out well beyond that.
Let me just ask you, what do you expect from a Monopoly movie?
Honestly, I have no idea. Is it just going to be like slumlords and, some dude trying to make it through?
I trying to put it into perspective, and I'm thinking, what's the last, you remember the last board game movie that we got?
Battleship.
It was kind of cool.
It wasn't bad.
It was kind of cool. I know that it didn't, get a huge box office, but it was still kind of a cool movie.
Yeah.
Can you do something, genre bending with Monopoly like they did with Battleship?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Oh, that's a great idea too. Gaz says, I bet it's going to be like Jumanji. Go straight to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. It could be.
Or we could just have money bags there, pick some rando and say, all right, I want a Monopoly. You go build it for me. And task him, like hand him a blank check, basically.
Yeah.
Task him with acquiring so much.
Oh, possibly.
Or if he doesn't, he goes to jail.
Okay. All right.
Apparently, the Monopoly movie was announced back in 2008. With
no recollection of that.
Universal Pictures was set to produce, but it kind of got shelved.
Yeah. Do we know? So wait, do we know who's making this? Universal.
Lionsgate.
Oh, Lionsgate. Okay. Okay.
Lionsgate is going to be doing this one. Yeah. No date or anything like that. Nobody attached to direct or star in it. But they're hoping she did it with Barbie.
Do you think she'll pull double duty on this one? Do you think she'll be in it?
You're doing it. Might
Yeah,
as
I
well
don't
get
see.
in
I
there
don't
and
see
get some
why
more
you
screen
wouldn't.
exposure.
Sure.
But
I don't know how to feel about this one. I mean, this one catches me off guard. Like,
yeah, it's just something I
Monopoly.
never thought would be a movie property.
I mean, when I think of Monopoly, I automatically go to
Board flip?
if you are not willing to like flip an entire coffee table at Monopoly, you're not playing hard enough. You know what I mean? If you're not willing to end friendships over Monopoly, you're not playing hard enough.
There you go. This next one is
By the way,
been
don't play Monopoly when you're drinking.
no.
I did that once,
Then
and
you
the
spill
guy,
your drink.
no, the guy that was playing the banker, none of us noticed that every time he passed go, he was slipping an extra like a 500 under the 200, shoving in his pocket. That bastard won the whole thing. Yeah.
Wasn't that what Monopoly's all about? Cheating the bank?
Yeah, but not when you're being the bank.
Crooked bankers. What are you gonna do?
That was worth a coffee table flip.
There you go.
Yeah.
This next one though, it has been confirmed by Paramount.
Oh, come on, because we didn't know that it was already going that way.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Well, Silver Spider says government tax.
The government cheese.
Yep. But Paramount Pictures has officially confirmed that they will be doing a crossover between Transformers and G.I. Joe.
I had a brief conversation with our friend Adam at Go Figure about this the other day, and there may or may not be something in the works from his channel or us. I don't know how that's going to work out yet to talk about this very specific topic.
Mm-hmm. Because like they did tease it at the end in the Rise of the Beasts, right?
Absolutely. That
they're like, yeah, we're gonna pay this off. It is gonna happen. Again, during that whole CinemaCon in Las Vegas, Paramount Pictures president and CEO Brian Robinson, he discussed the film along with other ventures within the same franchise by producer Lorenzo di Bonaventura.
Bonaventura, yeah.
And Ventura or Bonaventura was reported as saying that producers would deliver on the promise we made. And we've talked about it. Yeah, we've talked about it since the beginning of the franchise because the fans have been like, come on, when are you going to do G.I. Joe?
I mean, and here's the thing, like the G.I. Joe, those two G.I. Joe movies that came out,
they were okay.
They hit on different levels. They were so tonally different from one another that they didn't have the cohesion that maybe you wanted.
Yeah.
Yes, Channing Tatum shows up in both movies and does not survive.
First one, why was there super suits? G.I. Joe never had super suits.
Oh, it's G.I. Joe meets Halo.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's the one. But I mean, listen, we've had a several comic book adaptations of these two properties meeting. I don't think we haven't had an animated crossover yet, have we?
I don't believe so.
I'm excited for this because one, I love Transformers so much, and G.I. Joe is also near and dear to me. So I really want this to be a thing of beauty.
Not just The Rock meets the Transformers.
Well, listen, I'm rocked out. Let me just leave it at that. I'm ready for no franchise Viagra. How's that? I just don't need. I don't need The Rock in this, especially when John Cena is already
true
in the Transformer side of things.
That's true.
I don't need those two knuckleheads, knocking heads on screen. I always use the revolver from Clue as my game piece, and every now and then I would hold up the bank.
Way to go, Gaz.
Priceless. So I am very excited about this. And like I said, like we didn't already know that this is where it was going at the end of Rise of the Beasts. But yes, now we have the official word. And sooner than later, Paramount, let's do it.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Silver Spider says, tired of The Rock. So tired of The Rock.
Yeah. When he's good, he's really good. But there's just, I agree. I think I've just, what's the word? They talk about franchise fatigue when it comes to things like, the MCU.
Yeah.
I mean, The Rock is his own franchise.
He is.
And I do feel the franchise fatigue with him.
Well, watching his most recent run in WWE was kind of weird because he was classic villain Rock, but it was like an out of time experience. Like he's still spewing stuff from the Attitude Era. And at this point, it's like, Well,
We've
you
moved
can't
on,
say
buddy.
that anymore.
We've moved on.
Yeah, but
Oh wow.
it was kind of
Yeah.
surreal.
I will say though, that second G.I. Joe movie felt more like a G.I.
More
Joe.
better, yeah.
It felt more like a G.I. Joe movie
It
than the
did.
first one did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good news for fans of Monarch Legacy of Monsters.
That's me.
It has been renewed for another season,
Oh.
as well as some more MonsterVerse spin-off shows.
Oh, I'm interested in that.
So in the wake of the latest movie, Godzilla X Kong, Legacy of Monsters has been greenlit for season 2. Again, Apple TV all over it.
It makes sense.
They've also struck a new multi-series deal with Legendary Entertainment, which will include multiple spin-off series based on the whole franchise. So you might get like a Godzilla-based show, or
I kind of hope that
Kong-based show.
Well, this is it. Like the movie, first movie in the Legendary MonsterVerse to be told
From the
primarily
Kaiju's
from the monster's perspective.
Yeah.
I would like more of that. And I think that a shorter format would
do well for
yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Like if you did like an entire season just focusing on like one monster per episode.
Yes,
A day
absolutely.
in the life of Mothra.
Queen Mothra.
There you go.
Get it together.
I haven't seen that part. But yeah, success is gonna pay off there. So
that whole series though, the first one,
Skull Island?
Not Skull Island, the
Godzilla?
Sorry, Monarch. I didn't know how it was gonna go. I watched it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good for a human centric story. And having the Russells play the same character
just seemed super awesome.
Yeah, having them play the same character at different points in their life.
Yeah.
Very clever. Very clever.
Nice. But yeah, bring on the monsters.
Gaz, I agree. Dropping a titanium rod from orbit is exactly the kind of MacGuffin that Cobra would use in the Sunbow series. No, but in Resolute, holy crap. I would have expected that in Resolute. Well, they kind of did something like that in Resolute. They nuked well, they didn't nuke, but they did level an entire city, which was kind of cool.
Oh, brah. Moving on here, though. J.K. Rowling has been bashing Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson over their support for trans rights.
What?
Yeah, she's doubling down on her anti-trans mindset, I guess. And she's posting all over X, basically saying that I don't support them. They will never be forgiven by me. She's basically criticizing them for supporting.
I just don't get it. I mean, yes, have your opinion and sure, yeah, say whatever you want. I mean, anybody's going to anyway. What are these tweets here? Can we read these? What is this first one?
The first one is from Rowling saying, over the last 4 years, Hilary Cass has conducted the most robust review of the medical evidence for transitioning children that's ever been conducted. Mere hours after it was released to the public and press, committed ideologues are doubling down. And the one she's commenting is from an Emma Russell,
who says that the Cass review is a methodologically flawed, ideologically led study that isn't worth the paper it's printed on. The Labor Party and Wes Streeting must stand against the erosion of trans rights and trans healthcare provisions. This is absolutely vital. Oh. And then what does she say? Then Rowling says, not safe.
This was a follow-up comment to somebody saying, well, at least Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson will be safe because you will forgive them. And then she responded with, not safe, I'm afraid.
Celebs who've cozied up to a movement intent on eroding women's hard-won rights and who use their platforms to cheer on the transitioning of minors can save their apologies for traumatized detransitioners and vulnerable women reliant on single-sex spaces. Wow.
So, yeah, she thinks that, supporting another group's rights will erode the previous group's rights. And I just don't see how
I've never bought into that. I mean, People are just doing stuff. It doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah,
It's not hurting anyone.
Yeah, why go out of your way to spread hate?
You know, the idea of making education available, making resources available is not the same as like no one's encouraging your children to transition.
No.
Nobody's doing that. But she makes it sound like that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, like they're getting recruited into some sort of cult.
I don't get it. We've had this similar conversations about strange ideologies before the whole Gina Carano thing came up, and it's how do you separate the art from the artist? She really makes it hard.
She's
She
doubling
really
down.
makes it hard.
Yeah.
I've seen all the movies. I didn't read her books,
No.
and I probably will not.
Yeah, I haven't actually finished the series yet, so I probably should at some point just to see how Harry wins, but past that.
Well, didn't they make a movie for all the books?
Yeah. I just haven't watched them.
Well, you haven't watched them all. I thought you were saying you hadn't read the books.
No, I haven't read the books.
No, okay.
But anyway, moving on from that. You remember we were talking about Kiss selling their music catalog?
Oh, yes,
last
I do.
week?
That what, 300 million?
300 million.
Yeah, yeah.
And you had mentioned that Gene Simmons had put out a quote.
Yeah.
Well, we have that quote this week. And it's kind of dismal a little
Why?
bit.
Oh, that's right, about starting a band.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wished I had it last week because when I read it, it was just he's so on the nose.
Yeah.
He's kind of right.
It's scary, right?
Yeah.
Really. He's quoted as saying, "There's not going to be another Beatles, Hendrix, or Kiss because there's no longer a record industry. There's only chaos. The next 15-year-old kid who plugs into his Marshall amplifier won't be able to make a living because record companies don't pay advances, royalties, or promotion anymore. It's the freckle-faced kid who feels he or she is entitled to steal music without paying for it because in their logic, you don't need money because you're rich being a musician. That's the problem with downloading and the internet. Now everything is for free. From 1958 to 1988, you could name at least 100 bands or artists that became iconic. Everyone from the Beatles to Elvis Presley to the Rolling Stones and many more. From 88 until today, you won't be able to name one iconic band. And don't tell me Nirvana, they had 2 albums and were done. The nail has been put into the coffin of rock and roll."
I don't necessarily agree with his Nirvana comment, but
No.
the tone, like what he is saying in general.
In general, yes. But
Yep, makes sense.
from 88 up, yeah, I can name a few bands that have stuck around.
Yeah. Full disclosure, I don't pirate my stuff. Just putting that out there. I don't pirate it. I do pay for my music service, even though it is the worst form of compensation to the artist.
Yeah. Well,
But it's convenient for me.
I go to the $5 Walmart bin.
That's true. Yeah.
I like me physical media.
So that sort of ties up what we were talking about last week with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's fine. He just sold 300
he's
million.
dead.
I'm sure between the 4 of them.
Yeah, plus all the royalties and merchandise sales and reissues of family jewels.
Is there still a demand for that?
Maybe.
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not really relevant anymore.
No.
I mean, the kids are grown.
True. But
Nick doesn't even look like that anymore.
Yeah, they've got a lot going on. Paranormal. Oh no, wait, that's the Osbournes. What am I thinking of? Didn't Nick get in some trouble or something?
I don't know. Did he?
I don't know. But I know Sophie's like plowing forward with her own music career.
Sure.
Which is kind of sad because, he says it's not iconic enough.
There you go. Silver Spider agrees with you. Physical or the high seas.
Yeah.
That's cool. Gaz says, "Gene, buddy, I want you to take my money. Just give me Hollow Kiss opening up for Hollow Elvis."
You may get that soon.
They've already got, it's the guy from ABBA, and they've already got Hollow ABBA. So, I mean, I can see them on the same venue and the same night.
Hollow ABBA with Kiss.
That's right. Those what's that YouTube channel? The one where they mash two songs together.
I've seen
Or they did like Enter Sandman with like a Bee Gees song. Well, they can do that now with Kiss and ABBA. We can just jam them together and have a live stage performance.
True. 16 Disco Queen.
Yeah, really. That's hilarious.
But moving on here.
Oh, this is exciting.
This is
an exciting.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is getting an R-rated live-action adaptation of The Last Ronan. So yeah, Paramount is set to do the adaptation, and it's based on the first series there, The Last Ronan, which basically featured one turtle left, and he was out for revenge. What's this here from Gaz?
Oh, they did Staying Alive and Back in Black.
Oh,
That's right. Yes.
Fair enough.
That's what I'm talking about.
The movie is expected to aim for an R rating, which is the first in the franchise, with Tyler Burton Smith currently writing the script. Walter Hamada will produce the movie.
Whoa, what? Who?
Yeah.
No.
Under the 18 Hertz production banner.
That guy still has a job.
Apparently.
Who's he gonna offend on the set of this one?
I don't know. But, it's based on that 5-issue series from October 2020, which was based on the story by franchise creators Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. If you haven't read it, it's set in a dark alternate future which attempts to make peace with the Foot Clan after Shredder's death resulted in the deaths of Casey Jones, Splinter, and all the Turtles, except Michelangelo. So after living in solitude, he returns to enact revenge and take down the Foot Clan once and for all.
I mean, I'm sold.
Like, it was super well reviewed. And,
I'm sold.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of, I have to be honest, because I don't read Turtle comics, I wasn't aware of this until the NECA action figures started popping up. And I'm like, what is this? And why does it look so freaking cool?
And like, they did save it as a big twist that it was Michelangelo was the last remaining turtle. So
I just loved that in that first figure that they put out that he was carrying all of the weapons.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, shit's got real. Finally, we get a comic version turtle movie, sorta. Yeah. I'm down for this.
Apparently, it's not the only one getting the R-rated live-action treatment. Destroy All Humans is also announced.
Video game Destroy All Humans?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Black Forest Studios and THQ Nordic announced their plans mid-2023 for the third-person action RPG game based on the comic. And they revealed that the movie is being developed now and taking the approach as it may come as somewhat of a surprise considering the franchise is fresh off of the success of Mutant Mayhem, which was really kind of aimed towards...
It was okay.
A younger audience.
It was okay.
I still haven't seen it, so...
I watched it. I thought it shared. I mean, if you like the Spider-Verse movies,
I did.
So you probably would like the animation style in this.
Cool.
Yeah, it's almost like, I don't want to say paper cutouts because that's just too simple,
too simplified.
Yeah, like it's not paper cutouts like South Park paper cutouts. It's
South Park started out as literal paper
cutouts,
and then kind of evolved from there.
Yeah, but it has a similar style quality as the Spider-Verse movies do.
Okay,
you probably like that.
I'll have to give it a watch. But moving on, as you had mentioned earlier in the show, the juice is loose.
The juice is loose.
Now, this is the line that he delivers at the end of the trailer for Beetlejuice 2, and people are thinking maybe they're referencing that O.J. Simpson '94 car chase.
Yeah, so apparently the line is inspired by that. That line, "the juice is loose," was used during the actual car chase. The media referred to it that way. That's funny.
And they're thinking that it's going to draw a parallel, or possibly because Willem Dafoe's character is like an afterlife cop, that they might be chasing Beetlejuice across country or through the spirit realm.
Oh no, not to Hawaii.
I hope not.
Who didn't like the Spider-Verse movies? Yeah.
Awesome. Can't wait for the third part. But yeah, so O.J. Simpson inspired Beetlejuice.
That's funny.
This next one's kind of neat. Apparently the trailer is out there. It was revealed at CinemaCon.
Yep.
But it is not available to the general public yet.
That's fair.
So Robert Eggers' Nosferatu debuted its trailer at CinemaCon, and people are saying it's terrifying.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got Bill Skarsgård in the role of what's his name? Count something.
Nosferatu.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, the vampire.
Yeah. But it's also got Lily Rose Depp in it as well.
Well, that's funny that you say that because do you remember a few years ago? Did you go the year to Niagara, the year Doug Jones was there?
The last time I went was 2019.
So I think we were there at the same time.
It might be.
When we went to Doug Jones' panel, Doug Jones said that he was attached to Nosferatu.
Huh.
Or a Nosferatu project, whether it's this movie or not. So I'm interesting to know when that may have changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of semi scary stuff,
mm-hmm.
I just, not to go back to Civil War, but attached to Civil War is the first Crow trailer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I'm interested.
Are you?
I'm interested. I enjoyed the first one.
You're not too thrown by the new punk
No,
Crow?
that doesn't bother me. There's enough there in the makeup to satisfy for me. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
okay.
like that one, like you said, Bill Skarsgård plays the Crow there. Count Orlok is
our
Nosferatu.
Go. Yeah.
I guess we get a glimpse of him hunching over like a bat in this new trailer. But as well as him, it's
Excuse me,
like
sorry.
I said, Nicholas Hoult is going to be in this. Aaron Taylor Johnson and Emma Corrin.
Oh, so it's a star-studded affair.
Yeah. Chances are I'm going to want to watch this because, why not?
Is it a silent movie?
I don't believe it is.
Okay,
this time
this is going to be and it's going to be in color.
I don't know for sure.
The original was black and white.
It was.
Okay.
Yeah. No date. Oh wait, no, there is a date. December 25th, 2024 is when this is going to hit theaters.
Oh, this year.
So
just a few months from now.
Vampires for Christmas.
That's funny.
This next one's not too fun.
No, this one's disappointing.
Yeah.
Because I really like the property and I kind of like the actor.
Yeah. Sylvester Stallone has been accused of creating a toxic work environment on the Atlanta set of Tulsa King.
That's really upsetting.
Yeah. Like, for the most part, he's had a relatively clean career that way.
Has he, or has he just been really good at concealing it?
It might be that way too.
That is a completely normal question to ask when you hear this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The fact that the casting director
Rose Locke
has quit
because of
she's quit over what she says has happened.
Yeah. Oh, Gaz says
I don't believe that. Okay, that is fair. I do hope that there's a follow-up on this. I would like to see, is there, like, what exactly is it makes it a toxic environment.
Mm-hmm. The claims were set against Stallone amongst the discussion of background actors, and they were amplified on social media by TV writer Julie Benson.
Okay.
On April 8th, she posted 2 screenshots on X and wrote, got this disturbing news from my Atlanta friend whose background on Tulsa King this week. The casting agent quit because she was so disgusted.
Oh.
My friend is feeling anxious about working now. At the Sly Stallone, what have you got to say for yourself, sir? Beyond disappointed, I'm livid.
Interesting.
But I guess the screenshots contained a Facebook post with a blurred username.
Oh, blurred username. Okay, so we can't name the person who's making the allegations.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they recount an allegation that Stallone was heard saying to the show's director, what the fuck is happening with these fucking ugly background? He and the director proceeded then to call certain people terrible names and laughed at them, giving specifics. And then apparently Stallone said, bring in pretty young girls to be around me, which, why would you say that?
So I watched season 1 of Tulsa King. And I mean, if you've watched our show, I've brought it up several times how good I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
I've been sort of like singing its praises. Like it's an amazing show. I don't even know how that's relevant to the context of the show.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's Tulsa, Oklahoma, man. Like,
yeah.
I hope it's not true.
I hope so.
I hope it is not true. I hope that this is all just, a blown out of proportion or, mischaracterized,
misheard or something.
Yeah,
Out of context, at least.
At the same time, if it comes back that no, this really happened,
Yep.
I can't say that I'm all that surprised either because of just, it's Hollyweird and
Yep.
how much goes on that we just don't know or is just covered up.
Yeah. But there was a post from Rose Locke that said, at the end of the day, I resigned because it was a clear toxic environment that I was not comfortable putting myself or background artists in. And in the post, she then apologized to the email's recipients and included her phone number to solicit more information or anything
Oh,
else
wow.
that anybody had heard. And that she would be sending that to HR.
We'll be sending it to HR. Wow.
So,
Okay. Well,
not fully blasting, but collecting information.
I mean,
Which,
you're kind of putting up like you're ready to go to the mat. So, I mean, that says something.
Yeah. You don't get up that far unless there's
Still
cause to do so.
Innocent
Until
proven guilty.
Yeah.
Yes. Innocent.
This next one, no.
Not innocent.
Well, based on all the accusations.
Oh, okay.
Still going back to that Janelle Grant lawsuit.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
But Endeavor and TKO have announced basically no one is indispensable as far as this goes. So if you were aware of Vince McMahon's misconduct,
his improprieties,
yeah, you can be replaced if you were like.
Is that a direct quote?
Yeah, they're emphasizing that no one is indispensable within the organization. So if anybody was like aware of it, not reporting it or standing up to it and just condoning it or even worse, partaking in it, they have no issues booting you out the door.
You're fired.
Yeah. Which really good. Good on them for taking that stance.
The question is, will the competitor take them? If it's the talent, and they get fired,
maybe.
You think that
anybody like corporate officey, you would want to touch them with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
No. Yeah. But in a recent interview, I guess Janelle Grant's lawyer.
Sure.
They still haven't disclosed whether or not Triple H knew about this relationship between them two. But WWE has received a court summons from Grant, and they will have to give a response to this lawsuit by May. So one way or another, some answers are coming out in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's only 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Woo.
So we'll keep watching that one.
All right.
This next one, not much info to it other than this is the official logo for James Gunn's Superman.
We talked about this before, and I said it looked an awful lot like the Kingdom Cometh.
A little bit, yeah.
Still kind of has that look, doesn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I don't
know how. So I love Superman, and I've always said that I'm okay with
minor tweaks.
I'm okay with poetic license as long as the spirit of the thing is adhered to.
Yes.
And I have to kind of stand behind that because that is how I feel. But the initial whoa of seeing this, I don't know how I feel about it.
It kind of reminds me of the Energy days of blue and red.
Well, I'm going to reserve judgment until the film's out.
Yeah.
And hopefully maybe this is a red herring. Maybe this is just this is just one version.
It could be.
And maybe we'll transition to the classic Shield
by the end of the film.
Yeah. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I could see them doing that.
I mean, even Superman is not immune, has had several uniforms and costumes over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly in the animated series, we even saw him wearing a freaking space suit.
True.
So who's to say that Superman couldn't have a couple different costumes in the same movie?
True.
It'd be okay. Gaz says, yeah, Kingdom Come Soup's logo, just no black in it. Yeah.
Well, that ends the piece on the logo. Also this week, we got the new trailer for MaXXXine.
Oh, okay.
Which is the third part from Ty West's X trilogy.
Oh, okay.
So we got X and Pearl, which premiered in 2020.
All right.
And this year it will conclude with MaXXXine. And the trailer, it shows Mia Goth as she faces a 1980s serial killer. Which is a bit of a twist because the previous two well, at least with X, it was basically a crazy old farm couple that kind of went off because they
Okay.
ended up making a porno in their barn.
Okay.
Yeah,
It just sounds like typical 80s horror movie. Sure.
it does. The film synopsis reads, in 1980s Hollywood, adult film star and aspiring actress Maxine Minx finally gets her big break, but a mysterious killer stalks the starlets of Hollywood. A trail of blood threatens to reveal her sinister past. So, if you've been following the trilogy, you're finally going to get your end piece.
I presume you have.
I have yet to see Pearl, but I have seen X.
Yeah.
And it was pretty graphic.
Okay. All right.
Jenna Ortega was in it. So,
Oh, was she really?
yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which is weird because, going from Wednesday to that, she basically plays a girl who, on the spur of the moment, decides, yeah, I want to be in the porno.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, that's kind of shocking.
it is. But lots of, 80s style kills, if you will. Pitchforks and,
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
bad
I was
stuff.
going to say, so as soon as the boobies come out, someone gets their head taken off.
Oddly enough, not that many boobies.
Oh, all right.
Like Jenna Ortega remains intact,
Fair enough.
but I think the other one doesn't. But anyway,
That just seems to be like a classic trope in 80s
Oh,
horror, right?
100%.
Like it's, half of killing and half TNA.
basically.
Yeah.
And then, killing during the TNA, throwing back to the Friday the 13th stuff.
Oh, like the sleeping bag,
yes,
the beating the sleeping bag up against the tree.
that was just a twisted one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, trailer looks okay. We did link to it in the show notes if you want to go have a look for yourself. And when is it coming out again here? Don't have an actual date for it.
I think I saw something there that said July 5th.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just roll back up again. A little more.
Oh yeah, you're right. July 5th.
Okay, so that is the release date?
Yeah, July 5th of
okay.
this year. So a couple months away.
I just got it as you were scrolling. I'm like, I think
Yeah.
that said July 5th.
But, sticking with trailers, we also got the trailer for Joker
Oh.
2 this week. And it's not bad. Have you seen it yet?
I haven't. And to be honest, I haven't seen Joker either.
Really?
No, I haven't.
I have seen Joker. I don't think it's got a ton of repeat value because like once you've seen it. And there's like one really huge shocking moment and it's like, holy crap. But then once you know that it's coming, it's there.
Okay, so maybe I should watch it so you don't have to speak in code.
Yeah. You should definitely watch it before you go see this.
Wow.
Because we've got Lady Gaga filling the role of Harley Quinn, but they are changing her origin up. Instead of her being a doctor that falls in love with him, she's just another inmate at Arkham.
That seems okay. That's okay. Yeah. I mean, this is clearly one of those Elseworld things that James Gunn was talking about.
Yes.
So that's totally okay.
Yeah. But, it basically follows us through after part 1. They're both locked up in Arkham, and she kind of takes a liking to him.
Okay.
And there's one quote here from the trailer. She says, "I'm nobody. I haven't done anything with my life like you have." And in reference to what he did in the first one, right?
Sure.
So, go give it a watch. I don't know that it'll be for everyone, but
I liked her in that A Star Is Born remake. I thought she was really good. So if nothing else, I will probably see this for her.
Mm-hmm. Guys are saying
there's no Batman. How can you have no Batman? It's like peanut butter without the jelly. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly. Sorry, that's a whole other thing.
True.
It's I think that's sort of the.
Actually, there was one piece in part 1 which could be
a reference to
like the Bruce Wayne origin piece.
Oh,
but it's not specifically
murder in the alleyway behind the movie theater.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go.
But it's not specifically hammered down as to.
That's not your big shocker.
No.
Okay.
No.
Don't say it. Don't tell me.
I won't.
I'm okay with it because of what it is, that it's an Elseworlds thing. So I mean, if you want to just ignore this, like you say, guys, there's no Batman. Can't have Joker without Batman. If this doesn't track for you, totally okay.
Yeah.
Totally okay.
Director Todd Phillips is quoted as saying, "We loved the character of Arthur too much, but we didn't want to jinx the original movie. So they waited till they had the right thing. And then we cast Gaga because she's magic.
Like I said, she was good in A Star Is Born. I quite liked her in that. So there is a quality. She has a presence on screen. I will say that. I will say that. Yeah.
This next one also coming out of CinemaCon, because apparently everything did this week.
Do you remember a time like it just seems like this thing just sort of popped up in the last couple of years?
Yeah.
CinemaCon.
Yeah.
But it's a pitch to the cinema owners to carry the movies,
which is kind of scary.
I'm surprised that it's become this big event, right? Because it's for industry people. It's not
For the general public.
It's not for us.
Yeah.
But
some of us still end up there and leak it all out. So.
Right, exactly.
This footage has not leaked yet online, but it regards to M. Night Shyamalan's
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Yeah, his new film Trap. And apparently the footage reveals a major twist right away.
Is that Josh Hartnett?
That is Josh Hartnett.
Oh, he's come out of the woodwork all of a sudden.
He will be in this new one, and I guess the footage shows him and his daughter attending a concert that is secretly a trap to catch a serial killer. But they give away the twist that Josh Hartnett's character is the killer. But because they're giving that away so early and everybody's expecting
there's something else.
Something big twist.
There's something
every one
else.
of his movies have a twist. They're like, this could be like a red herring.
Except for that Avatar thing.
Which Avatar?
The Last Airbender.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
No twist there. The twist was, people didn't like it.
Yeah. Well, he had a couple that didn't quite land, but
that's all right.
Yeah, The Happening, one of them. Remember when the grass tried to kill everyone?
No, the grass.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
It's just basically everybody starts dying, and they find out the grass is releasing spores to fight back against the human menace.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I didn't even know how to respond to that.
It wasn't a Sixth Sense. It wasn't Lady in the Water. It wasn't anything like that.
No. Okay.
Yeah, because he's giving away this twist so early. Everybody's like, okay, there's got to be something else.
Right.
So.
No, and I agree with that. I see dead people.
Yeah. So I guess we'll find out what it is when everything finally comes out. But for now, we'll have to wait. And unfortunately, for folks that are waiting on a Game of Thrones Jon Snow spinoff, you can quit waiting because it is no longer
in development.
Yeah.
Kit Harington was talking about was in an interview the other day. He was actually talking about he talked about this, and he also talked about the Black Knight
for Marvel.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're going to do anything with that, but apparently this Jon Snow spinoff that was talked about as far back as almost immediately after the show ended.
Right?
No longer in active development. And he said something about what did he say? It's off the table because they couldn't find the right story to tell.
Yeah. So I kind of respect him for that.
I do too.
Don't just make it and have it go out there and be crap.
Well, listen, let me just say this. Weiss and Benioff. Right? So those final seasons of Game of Thrones were not received very well. Certainly not in comparison to the earlier seasons. Like season 1 was just outstanding.
Yeah.
And I agree. Like if you don't have the right story and you don't have the right people telling that story, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. And I think that's a smart decision.
For sure. This next one here, they kind of got they had their idea, and then it got thrown out the window when they fired their 2 lead actors. But
right.
More plot details are coming out about Scream 7.
Yeah, with Neve Campbell.
Yeah, she's back as Sidney Prescott.
Without what's her name?
Jenna Ortega.
Yeah, without Jenna Ortega, but now with new and improved Neve Campbell.
Yeah, apparently it's going to be her family as the main targets of Ghostface.
Okay.
They're looking to cast Sid's 2 kids still, so we don't have anybody tapped to play them yet.
Yeah.
But it will focus on her family as all 4. So her husband, and the 2 kids are listed as the leads. So we don't know who's going to come back as Ghostface. Is it going to be the brother or cousin of the mother or
Man, I don't know.
sister of the uncle that
I don't know.
originally did it. I don't know.
It's going to be Drew Barrymore's character from Scary Movie.
Maybe.
She get hit by a car or something like that. She died right away.
I don't recall that part. I know Scary Movie's getting a reboot though.
Was it Scary Movie or was it the first?
Because her character in Scream, she died.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
And she didn't get.
Sorry,
hit by a car.
it wasn't Scary Movie. It was Scream. Yeah.
Yeah, she got gutted.
So she's already in the franchise. So you know what?
She survived.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, apparently so far the only official actor or only actor officially attached to it is Nev Campbell.
Oh.
But Courtney Cox and Patrick Dempsey are also in talks to return. So, got to have your Gale Weathers.
Can they? Courtney Cox, they could probably afford. Could they afford Patrick Dempsey?
Yes.
You don't think he's You don't think he's still like bankable? I don't know. Ghostface should be Jennifer Love Hewitt. Surprise! That's funny.
Maybe. Yeah. Again, no date or anything when this is going to finally come out, but they're going to keep cranking them out as long as they make money.
Wow. That's the thing with horror movies. They're typically of lower budgets, so they can make money easier.
Yeah. I mean, it's a classic effect. You just put the tube up the side of the knife and blood everywhere.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But that brings us almost to our last.
Are we getting there?
We're getting there. Okay. I believe this is our second to last item here.
Oh, this is
yeah. So similar to the one we opened on tonight about
Star Wars.
About Star Wars having the level locked behind a paywall, basically.
Sure.
Call of Duty players are now saying that the new King Kong glove that is available, it costs more in COD points than the game itself.
I mean, I haven't played a Call of Duty in, I don't know, a long time. Is this really a thing?
Well, some people are for it because they're looking at it like the way you get it, you have to unlock 4 Titan packs at $20 a piece or 2,400 COD points.
Okay.
And then they're looking at it like, okay, I unlock all 4, I get the King Kong glove.
So, and I'm presuming that Call of Duty points can only be purchased with actual money.
I assume so, yeah.
That makes sense.
But other people are looking at it like, okay, you do all this and now you get this glove, but it's not, you can't use it in some aspects of the game. So it's not unlockable everywhere within it. And I guess
so you want me to pay a premium price for an item that I can't just strap on and use whenever I want?
Apparently, yeah.
All right. I think that's kind of BS, but
Zazel's here.
Yeah. Brandy time.
There you go. But you will need 9,600 COD points in total to complete this Titan collection.
And that equates to how much cash?
$80.
And that's more than the cost of the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
not in Canada with our $90 price points for AAA titles.
One Redditor here, Grimal on Xbox said, "Holy fuck, it was not worth it. The only plus side are it counts as a Mastercraft blueprint and the joy of punching enemies, but it doesn't do anything special. I thought it would at least ragdoll enemies, if not corpse launch them. And you can't even equip camos over it. If you were interested in the melee blueprint, save your money. It's not worth the $80.
Oh, well, that's good advice.
Yeah.
So what's the point if you can't be a kaiju? I hear you. Just give me a remake of Rampage.
Just give Mechagodzilla or something.
Yeah. And I agree. And the game can be shut down at any time.
Yeah.
That's the thing now with
scary.
Yeah. I mean, the PlayStation Network and the Xbox. Oh my God, Game Pass services.
Yeah.
Games leave all the time. So,
Yeah.
What do you do, man? Do you think maybe there will be a resurgence of physical media?
I hope so. But
maybe the gaming world will keep that, keep that flame lit.
At this point, like with everything moving to you know, season passes and streamables and everything's downloadable, right? Like
No, you're right.
they're
You're right.
they're literally eliminating the physical game section at Walmart.
Yep. Yep.
So
Well, when you go to a GameStop and it's more collectibles and toys
Yeah.
than there are games, right?
True.
Like that's the big one. Like,
yeah,
ooh. Zazel says Ace Hunter could beat one.
but that does bring us to
Oh,
our
it's that
last
time,
item
is
of
it?
the
All
evening.
right. Well, as we head into our last segment, you know what it's about. It's Andy. He's out there in the aisles. He's hunting for you and I, so we can save a few dollars with this week's toy hunting tip at Dollarama.
So
What's on this week?
This
man?
week, we've actually seen a resurgence of the McFarlane Princess Bride figures.
Oh, really?
But here's the catch.
Yep. Yep.
Each store seems to only be getting a case lot of one figure.
So,
So you go to one store, you might get a Princess Buttercup. You go to another one, you'll get an Indigo.
I didn't realize that they were done in case singles.
I did not either. But so far confirmed, we have seen the red dress Buttercup, the blue dress Buttercup, Series 1 Indigo, and Series 1 Wesley. So
The Dread Pirate
Dread
Roberts.
Pirate Roberts, yes. Still no Andre the Giants, but I don't expect them to ever show up there. Zazel says, I'd buy
that for $1.
They're selling for $5. Regular retail originally $29.99. Some of them are on sale right now on Amazon for $17. So
I feel lucky that I
you're still
got
saving like at least $12.
I got the Andre one I did. Actually, I think I was shopping with you
Mhm.
when I picked him up that day. But yeah. Case singles is what I call the briefcase I take to strip clubs. In Canada, all we do is throw coins. Dollars, ones and twos. They're all
Yeah.
coins now.
Here.
Ow.
The other thing showing up is the Funko Pop large enamel Django Fett pin.
Nah, you can keep it.
You don't want it?
No.
It's all chromy and shiny.
No. And it's the size of a Funko Pop. Like
It
it is
is.
the same.
Height,
No, thanks.
but it is definitely a pin. It's thin. Selling for $5. Regular retail, usually $20.99 on these.
Listen, if it's your thing, great.
it's your
and,
thing,
and the price
yeah.
is good.
Yeah.
No, thanks. Oh, we have coins too, and a lot of chipped teeth.
Ooh,
Inconceivable.
yeah.
Absolutely.
But that's
Wow.
what we got.
It was a long one tonight, man. We're almost at 2 hours. Wow.
Yes.
Want to thank everybody who showed up tonight and stuck it out with us. It was a long one. What's happening this week? Well, tomorrow it's the Bad Batch. It's
Bad Batch and X-Men Day.
an X-Men. Today, Shogun. New episode of Shogun. So hopefully, if you haven't seen that yet, do watch that. That's what I'm going to do as soon as we're done here.
Nice.
And then we'll be back on Sunday for our next installment of the Fan Bat. If you're interested in that, come and see us on Sunday nights, 6 p.m., same time. Otherwise, next week with a new round of Random Fandom trivia, lexicon, and maybe a new game.
Mhm.
Don't know what we're going to call it yet, but yeah, looking forward to that. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, man. Anything you want to say before we go?
Thanks for tuning in.
As always, listen, everybody, whatever your thing is, fan on, and we'll see you on the next one. For Fandom Power, my name is Wes,
I'm Andy.
and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.